Wanderers, before we jump into our title sponsor, I want to just give you a friendly reminder. If you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, please click down in that lower right-hand box that says subscribed. We would appreciate it. If you're not following us on Facebook yet, go ahead and give us a follow. If you're on Twitter and you haven't followed us on Twitter, how about you go ahead and following us on Twitter? If you're on TikTok and you don't follow us on TikTok, how about you give us a follow on TikTok? And last but not least, if you're on Instagram and enjoy the gram and you're not following us, how about you do that?
Because it's all for the gram.
Wanderers, welcome. Season 1, episode 46. Or how we've said it for the other 45 episodes, episode 146. Alert the media. We have a new title sponsor this month. You guys want to know who it is?
Who is it?
It's our friends over at Voges Lawn Service. Servicing DuBois, Spencer, and Perry County for the last 14 years, Voges Lawn Service is ready to help you with all your lawn needs. Blake Voges with Voges Lawn Service provides the following services: fertilization and weed control, aeration, overseeding, and lawn installation. Did you know that the fall time is perfect for aeration and overseeding? Get that lawn ready for springtime and be the talk of the neighborhood. Give Blake a call today and let him help you have the lush green lawn you've always wanted. Mowing may be a pain at times, but mowing a beautifully green, manicured lawn makes that pain a little less. You can check Voges Lawn Service out on Facebook or give them a call, 812-393-9363. Be sure you tell Blake that the Dutchman sent you his way.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from Smokers Lounge.
The Wondering Dutchmen.
Yeah.
The Wondering Dutchmen.
Yeah. Here we go. Episode 146. Today's date is September 6th. This will air on September 15th, which means if you're listening to this right now, you should be at the Holland Fest because we are there at our backyard barbecue competition. So we're there anyways. But, yeah, we're joined here today in the lounge. These guys are not... didn't get back from a Grateful Dead concert.
No way, bro.
We just had
We got some mail.
Fan of the program.
We got a letter. We got a letter. You know that's from?
Blues Clues.
Yeah.
Dog.
I thought it was Mail Time. Or is
No.
that Pee Wee Herman? Mail
Yeah.
Time.
Or what about message? Are you
No.
kidding me? Don't be a menace while drinking your juice box in the hood. Message. Every time the mailman. No?
No clue.
Anyway, yeah, we got a mail package, not a
Little
mail
care
package. We
package.
got a package in the mail
Yeah.
from an anonymous wanderer.
Yeah. Who shall remain not anonymous.
Oh, no.
Oh, we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
No, it should remain anonymous or shouldn't remain
No,
anonymous?
it's not going to. No, we're going to give her credit, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, it was like a big mix-up. It was like a big thing, you know, like Guess Who?
Yeah.
And that's why I played it out before the show. I was like, hey, I found this package on the ditch, in the ditch coming up the lane here. And it's just got a receipt in here, but it says Guess Who, from Guess Who. And then I gave him one guess, you know, who is your most faithful wanderer that's a huge hippie and loves tie-dye.
We thought it was the Block and Brick Boys.
Casey thought it was those guys, but then old Smoke Dragon, he nailed it right on the head. Old Mama Mace.
Yeah, hot damn.
Old Mama Mace, Linda Masoner, she hooked us up with these shirts, and then Casey says, nope, nah, absolutely not.
A lot of the topics we cover on this show, that's exactly how I feel.
What a wet blanket.
I've been accused of that before. Let's go ahead and let's just do some general housekeeping items. First things first, if you're listening to this on September 15th, it won't come out any earlier than September 15th. So if you're one of our faithful wanderers that gets up at 5 a.m. to listen to the show, set your coffee down, take a little just moment to listen to these words. 1, we hope to see you this weekend at the Holland Fest.
Right.
We're going to be there.
Sure.
We're going to be there. We got a great barbecue competition. We got some great teams signed up playing. We're playing for $1,000.
That's right, man.
So some People Choice Awards.
We got some skin in the game.
We
boys.
want folks to come out. We're going to be hanging out. I think all 3 of us will be there.
Yeah.
We'll be chilling. We'll be running the event. But we want you to come, say hi. We'll take pictures. We'll give autographs.
We're going to shake some hands and kiss some babies.
Yeah, whatever it is. We'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
The next item, old Smoke Dragon's a little under the weather.
Oh,
again.
yeah. Again.
So we did the Jordan flu game a couple weeks ago. I guess it's just a Jordan flu game part 2.
He has the Lincoln swamp nose disease.
Yeah.
Is what we're dealing with tonight.
Yeah, see, that's what you get for going camping. That's why the good Lord gave us air conditioning,
He's got the
a roof over our head.
What did I say? Lincoln LS
Lincoln swamp ass.
swamp.
Well, you
LS,
probably did have swamp ass as hot as it was.
LSD nose. Oh shit! Lincoln swamp nose. Oh, LSND.
Wow.
D's.
Attaboy, Rain Man. Way to get through that. So Smoke's a little bit under the weather, but that is what it is. We're
here. We're happy.
October, we have to put some nails in this coffin, but we've got a huge ass event that, if all goes well, is gonna be a blast.
Oh yeah.
Gonna be a blast. Gonna be a lot of fun. We're partnering with someone in the community to have a hell of a good time.
Prominent business owner.
And that's October.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get into November, and you know what happens in November? We're gonna all sit in the high chair. We're all gonna put a 1 on a cake, and then we're gonna smash it and make a mess.
Oh yeah.
Because this bad boy, we're gonna have to get them from the Fat and Ugly store. But this little podcast here is gonna turn 1, and we've got some pretty good foundational elements of a party that are gonna be laid out. Friends of the program. Some of the OGs, some of the sponsors. We'd love to have everybody, but we may save that for year 2.
Or some intermittent parties in between. Because we're all in on parties.
Yes.
And we don't want everybody to have to wait. It's just that in November, since November, everyone is balls deep in wedding season.
Yeah.
Finding a venue that's hospitable for 17 million.
Yeah.
A little
Counting.
tough. Is it tough to find? It's tough to find.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to tone things down a little bit.
Yeah. And that's
on year 1.
And
part.
so if you're nervous about, being on the cut line or not, don't be. We're going to have time to hang out. That's for sure.
Show.
And then in December, I think we're going to take a little time off to, not take time off from the show, but we're going to take a little time to spend with our ladies.
Yeah.
For a little Wandering Dutchman Christmas party.
That's right.
I think we're going to take them out somewhere nice to eat.
Real nice.
Somewhere fancy.
Head on down there to the Golden Corral.
That's right.
Oh, my gosh. Your wives would kill you guys. My wife would be okay with it. Janelle would be
Here's the
okay
deal.
with it. You guys would be in trouble.
Here's the deal. I want to drive for that event. Like, I want us all to ride in a vehicle together. And, like, we'll go somewhere in relevance to a Golden Corral. And, like, we'll have a secret camera rolling. Since none of our wives listen to the show, we're in total confidence that I can say this without them finding out.
Like a dash cam?
Yeah, like a dash cam or whatever, And then like what they're just like, we'll keep it a huge secret where we're going. Don't worry, we got reservations. Just have a few
Wheel up.
have a few drinks on the way down, no sweat. And then like we'll be driving, and then I'll just hang that bitch right into Golden Corral. I think that would be hilarious.
And then when they get real pissed, we'll just go down and be like, oh, yeah, I went ahead and just ordered for us. Can you pull into spot 3 here at Chick-fil-A? Hope you guys are good with a spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah, hey, and if you want to, we can swing over to Target, no sweat.
Yeah, no problem. Big Mace, what you got going on, pal?
Oh, shit, dude. Well, I came in here today on 2 wheels. I had to do some driveway wrenching, help out an old buddy of mine.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, Had a blast of a weekend. It was kind of an impromptu camping trip. I know Smoke Dragon had it all planned out and everything like that, but we kind of got it thrown in our lap last minute. More or less kind of invited ourselves to this. There were 6 campsites, and they had plenty of room for extra tents. We had a little bit of a skid row going on down there, but went down to Lincoln, did some camping, did some sweating, a lot of beer drinking, a lot of really good eating. Lawn chair sitting, which we'll get in a little bit of that hour 2. But other than that, man, had a good time. Kids had fun. Maxwell is absolutely annihilated
I hope that boy learned a lesson.
from mosquitoes. Yeah,
I hope he learned a
Number
lesson.
1, take a bath in DEET. Number 2, don't sleep in a damn hammock. Come in a damn tent and go to bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, Max fell asleep in a hammock, and I've never seen anything like it. He got lit up by mosquitoes. Terrible.
Yeah.
So much so that I had to pick him up from school because the little bastard was causing too much of a disruption from itching all over his body.
Yeah, the pictures you showed me were devastation.
Tough. But other than that, man, yeah. Got a cross-country meet tomorrow. Got another one Saturday. Got a football game Saturday. Got fish camp this weekend. I'm burning the candle at both ends, but we'll get her done.
There you go.
The end is the close. We can kind of see the light at the end where things kind of slow down. Hopefully.
Hell yeah.
Smoke Daddy.
Long weekend camping for the little one's 6th birthday. He must have put 100 miles on a bike. And I don't know. We got something going this weekend somewhere.
Yeah,
Cincinnati.
that's
Going to
right.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So other than that, just trying to get over here this sinusy BS and just ready for podcasting. That's all I got.
LSND.
Was Indy.
That's probably a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds
Yeah.
like it.
I did not get invited camping. So
You wouldn't have went anyway. We camped in tents, and we all know
We covered that topic that you're a camper.
Princess Lindemann is not going to sleep in no damn Skid Row tent city.
there's probably some truth to that. I don't want our listeners to think
Oh,
that
and we didn't camp together either.
I know. So I already talked to Smoke about
David
it.
was in the.
I already told him I was upset that I didn't at least even get a text.
Slums.
Hey, I was solar powered up.
I know, and that was badass, by the way. But I was over in the hobnobbers
Yeah.
with the electricity.
Yeah.
And the box fans and whatnot.
Yeah. No, I kind of just, it was nice. Our text message thread was eerily quiet.
You know, you said, "Are you guys still alive?"
Yeah, it was about a good 24 hours, if not more, where there was nothing exchanged. So I was worried a little bit. Thought maybe I was gonna have to come in and do a show by myself, and then have to figure out how to edit it to put it out that you guys all died. But no, so that's all part of it. But no, it was a nice little weekend at home. Everybody was there and spending time. Helped younger brother do a little bit of moving.
Oh God, yeah. How's that?
Forgot how miserable it is
Sucks,
to
doesn't
move couches and other stuff.
Is
but
he in then?
Not yet.
Okay.
Getting close. So that's all I
We
got.
seen him. He followed me out of town the other day.
Well,
Black-
he asked me. He goes, "Big Mace finally realized that truck running around Huntingburg with Missouri plates." is
yeah,
mine."
Black Dodge. I'm like, what the hell? And then I realized there he was. His beard's a little stringier than yours, a lot
Yeah.
longer,
It-
kind of like your dad. Your dad's got more.
Dad
of a,
keeps a little short, a
right,
little bit shorter.
But for Casey or for
Corey.
whatever the hell his name is,
It's Corey.
That's a big bastard. He does. He's
Yeah,
got
he does it.
grande barba.
Yeah, he does a little bit more than I do. I always got, when I was previous life where I'd wear a tie, that's where I knew I was getting too long because I'd be tying it in my tie, and that's uncomfortable.
Yucky.
So,
Hey,
hour-
let's
hour
jump
one.
in here, boys. Hey, hour one is brought to you by our friends, once again, Mr. Corey, by our friends of the program, Sitewise Land Management. Sitewise Land Management offers land management, excavation, and forestry services for residential and commercial properties. A few of the recent projects, including thinning of woods for timber production and wildlife habitat, readying some property for hunting season, brush cutting, fence and property line maintenance, and using a forestry mulcher to open up some wooded areas, freeing it from invasive autumn olive and honeysuckle. Sitewise Land Management also dips their toes into fall and spring landscaping with landscape installation, mulch services, and fall cleanup. Give old Corey a call at area code 573-303-4967 or check them out on Facebook. Get all your fall projects started today and start planning for those spring ones.
That 573, that's the old Columbia, Missouri.
That's why I went 573.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was there.
He's got to get the 812 back there.
That's for sure.
So,
we'll get him switched over.
big fella, what do you got?
So it was brought up to me by some of our campers on Saturday or Sunday evening. I guess that's when it was. Oh, Dave.
Dave, lock in, buddy.
He's got the tie-dye. Those are tracers.
Yeah.
Acid tracers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was brought up to me by a fellow wanderer, which I don't know how much they listen to the show, Mrs. Erin Meyer, neighbor out the road from me there. She said, I got a topic for you. And I said, what's that? And she said, do you dance or can you dance? And I was like, what? Well, then later in the night, it was definitely clear what she meant. Because we've seen some dancing, or if that's what you want to call it.
Some joyful movement.
Yeah, and I just wanted to know. I was wondering about it. I mean, I know we've all been in a dancing mood, or I'll just say it, inebriated enough, listening to extremely loud music together enough but I haven't never really witnessed it. So my question is,
Well, I think it'd be weird if me and Smoke hopped up and started dancing when we were standing in the lounge listening to tunes.
Yeah.
But my question is simply, can you dance?
No.
And so whether this,
Thanks, Dave.
nope, nah, absolutely not.
Here, you want it? We'll trade.
We'll trade shirts here real
Tie-dye.
quick. But I guess like at a wedding or at maybe at a concert or like anything where you would potentially feel like, cutting a rug
like dancing?
or doing a little jig there. Like, can you, will you? I mean, where do you stand on it?
Well, can I ask some clarifiers?
Sure.
Now, or not necessarily ask clarifiers, but I'm going to throw some clarifiers out there that would maybe help assist in this. For one, I think if you're talking about like the technical aspect of dancing, like we're going to go out and do Dancing with the Stars, not a chance.
No way. We're not doing any salsas. We're not doing the
I
waltz.
mean, anybody can dance. I mean,
Feel the groove a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't
guess
know. I've
it's
seen
kinda
some
like-
that look awkward as hell.
It's kind of
They
like
might as well
the,
just go sit down.
the line in the sand we were talking about last week about the whole, the shorts deal. It's like, where is the line that you draw between dancing and convulsions, I guess you would say, or some would say a grand mal seizure. You know what I mean? Like, where does that fall?
Or they're taking the devil spirit out of you. I think,
Exercise the demons.
I mean, I think if you're talking a local wedding, you've had a few cold ones, the missus calls you out. You're doing the kind of the 1-2 with the, with the point. Like every guy has that in their back pocket. If you don't, you failed at life.
Hey, or what about the old middle school slow dance where you're way out here?
Yeah, save room for Jesus.
Strawberry wine.
Yeah, but I think like technical dancing, no. If I can go out there and I can have fun, like I can do that. I can do a little slow bump and grind, up on the missus, letting her know I'm there.
Pop, lock, and drop it.
But like,
Pop, lock, and drop it.
but you see like these dance routines on Tiktok and stuff. I can't do
what
that
I was
shit.
getting at. That's
I
what I'm
can't do
saying.
that shit.
All right.
I don't have the patience for that shit.
So me, I am 164,000% not a dancer until I get really drunk and then they start playing like super like strip club rap music. And then
That's the ghetto coming out
I
in
can
ya.
just get real dirty. Like it is borderline not good. And then
Borderline
everybody
not
else,
good.
I mean, I'm talking like 25 minutes before they turn the freaking lights on at the wedding place and get ready to pull the plug out of the wall for the old DJ. And I mean, everybody's either like sweated wet, everybody just covered in beer. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't go to these big weddings but you and me have been.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about. Like where it's like, hey, get
like
your
you've
shit.
been drunk, sober, drunk, and sober
get
back
your
again.
shit and get out of here so we can clean and leave. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And but that literally is the only time that I dance. And like Justine, my wife, the warden, she gets so upset that I don't spend more time on the dance floor. But I just,
Well, you got all those knee surgeries.
yeah, and it's tough.
I mean, you
but-
can't tear an ACL out on the dance floor.
I don't know if I even have one left anymore to tear.
I thought you did get one.
Well, it's probably gone by now. Jesus Christ. But my thing is I don't get, and there again, it may be like a you're getting older thing, but I don't find myself getting like super turbo hammered anymore enough to really do the dance.
You know where it was at. I always, my parents, they always said when the DJ or the band struck up at a wedding, it was time to go. I am very much there at this stage of my life.
Are you really?
Oh my gosh.
See, no, I like, but here's the thing: which we'll get to this topic here in a minute for you. But I feel like once you get to the DJ part and the dinner's over, speeches are done, everybody's ate their cake, and it's literally time to stand in line in the beer line and then just get your ass back to the dance floor. The people watching,
Oh, it's superb.
oh,
Not going to disagree.
boy.
But I tell Janelle, we spend so much time away from home, driving, work, and then now Zoe's involved in stuff. Ryan signed up for soccer at the Y. You know, it's one of those deals where it's like it's nice to just get home, be at home,
Yeah,
a little
for sure.
bit.
No,
so,
I get it.
But no, when it comes to the dance floor, if you're gonna throw on shout, my hair catches fire.
Monet.
Yeah,
What about you? You got any?
he's probably one.
You
of
don't
the
dance
pony.
at all? Never.
No, I mean, not anymore. I used to get all fired up and, get to singing. There'd be a big group of folks just kind of more unison stomping around at a shindig. I danced a hole in a pair of leather-soled cowboy boots one night.
Oh shit!
Is that right?
At the 8 Second Saloon in Indianapolis listening to the Randy Rogers band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't dance, but I was out there shaking a leg.
Toe
what have
tapping.
ya.
Just burning the piss out of the bottom of them boots.
Yep, wore a hole right through them some bitches.
That's a tough spot.
Wow.
You gotta get out there for that anniversary dance at the wedding.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. Sit down if you've been married 4 years.
I love that, by the way.
Sit down and you've
I
been
think that's
married 24 years,
I think that's the coolest thing. I love.
Justine's grandparents usually win every time.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. Like, I think it is a true testament to
Old Granny
longevity.
Dina, old Granny Dina and Papa Dan, they're up in the 50s.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I do like is you're at a wedding, and this is kind of a pro move too. Send your wife off to with the other ladies, so the fellas there can congregate and drink beer and just talk freely.
Right.
I'm a big fan of that.
Unless some of your best buddies that you would want to congregate with are like super duper dancers. You want to know who one of the best wedding dancers that you'll ever meet is? One of that, very close friend of the show. Some would say my brother from another mother.
I don't know. You say that about a lot of people.
2.
Tyler Sibrel.
No.
I feel like it's gonna be swing.
Nope.
Oh, Nobby then.
Nobby. Matthew Noblet.
Hey,
is
he's got good feet.
A superb wedding dancer. That son of a bitch is a dancing fool. I don't know how many times he's like, "Get your big ass out here," and I'm like, "Nope, there ain't room enough for the both of us in that circle, pal."
Absolutely not.
Well, you know what though? I think it would be cool to like that fancy dancing. Like, I think it'd be fun to
Well,
be doing
sure.
some
Some
of that.
people do it for exercise. Like, you can go, like, with them old Western bars that do, like, the line dancing and shit. Like, some people do that just for a workout.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, like, the electric slide or the cha-cha shuffle or whatever the hell
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption or the old... Now, the Hoosier two-step, we're pretty good at the old Hoosier two-step.
Never heard of it.
That's just like you call it like wall surfing when you leave the bar. You're just
I got
doing the old Hoosier two-step. Timmy Doherty used to do that from the Legion back up here to
Oh boy,
up here to
God rest his
Main
soul.
Street. But
God rest his soul.
not only at weddings, but like it was a campground topic, is what this was,
Oh yeah.
because there was some rather peculiar dancing going on down there later in the evening by some fellas, and I think that's what I think maybe there have been some like videos taken, and then now them videos are going to be held for blackmail if need be. And it's kind of one of those deals. But yeah, no, I don't dance very much, and until it gets really dirty.
Yeah.
So
that's not surprising out of you because the warden likes that trap ghetto stuff too.
Real bad.
Yeah.
Very trappy.
So I got into a rabbit hole the other day.
You've been in the weeds on this for a while.
Yeah, because now that we're a part of this lifestyle, it intrigues me. It intrigues me greatly. And up at the resort, we just had the good guys. Shout out the good guys. There are 6, 7, 8 of them. Go play golf at the nicest courses you could go play, and I think they're sponsored by Callaway, and they go play golf and they stay. I think they played the Dye and the Ross. They roll in on a bus. People give them stuff. People buy their gear. You making plenty of money.
Oh, okay.
And then because I would love to have a motorcycle, I get into those. I watch these guys that go out and they'll drive different bikes, and then they'll talk about them. But you see some of the following of some of these bigger content creators. And what my topic was, content creators and their gigs, what would be ours. But I just wanted to touch base because I know we all follow them. And the 3 ones that I thought of were the motorcycle people that have just a ton of followers. They set their bikes up with cameras facing in and facing out, and they talk and they do all that stuff. And, just sponsored out the wazoo, gear, all that stuff. And then the golf people, like the good guys, are just one example. There's a bunch of them that are there, that have different things like that. And then the travel people, that just, I've got so many followers, and it's wild to me. So, like, I'm jealous of that because that's cool. What a way to make a living. 10, 15 years ago, that wouldn't even been thought of.
Right.
It would have been unreal that would be the case, but
I'm just doodling.
I know you are, buddy.
But I'll go ahead.
But what would be ours? Like, what would somebody pay for us to come do to shoot content and then send us on our way?
Oh man.
Bullshit.
I get that. That's our forte. But is some bar owner going to be like, hey, you guys need to come and hang out and talk with the regulars?
Maybe. Like, I think it wouldn't be just talk with the regulars, but like, there's definitely, the barometric pressure of places like the drinking.
We
vibe.
could be.
You know what I mean?
We could be like, Portnoy does the pizza reviews.
Oh, he just had a spicy one.
I know. I loved it. And we could do the, we're going to rate your bar, one beer, everybody knows the rules. Or like one cocktail, everybody knows the rules.
Oh, have
like,
one beer at their place.
Yeah, like we'll just kind of, we'll go in incognito.
How are we going to go incognito?
Well, I mean, obviously.
Rose-colored glasses and freaking tie-dyes.
Well, obviously not like this, but like we can go in somewhere and, as just like a couple, 3 amigos. Or like a tripod, and just get a cocktail or something, and just kind of.
So like rate a place on like a Friday night.
Yeah, or Saturday, or just find.
So let's pick a place. Let's pick a place in the county. Shout one out.
Okay. The Gaslight.
Okay. So John Songer, the Gaslight, calls and says, "Hey, you guys come up, have dinner, shoot a little content up here, have some drinks, cocktails, and then we want you to do your thing."
Give us a review.
I think that's a great idea.
I think it is too.
Did we just...
We're welcome. Oh, God damn. Oh,
That was like a
good.
bitch sneeze and then a real sneeze.
That's that swamp nose stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks for putting it out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think that would work. I mean,
I don't think it's gonna get us a tour bus.
no, not really. Well, unless we did like St. Elmo's. What are you looking for?
Paper towels.
Snot rag here?
Right here beside you. I don't need your snot rag.
What a hell of an operation.
But I mean, like we could do, not. I mean, yeah, we're not getting.
Yeah,
we
but-
do like Tavern on the Green or the old Ruth Chris.
Well, but
about
some of those
85.
places, they might, well, like we would do, it'd kind of be like a diners, drive-in, and dives.
Well, that would be awesome.
You know.
God, we'd have to get a forklift to haul us around if we were doing that, though.
Well, but I mean, that
I don't know. An old Cadillac Eldorado convertible might get us all in there.
oh, boy.
Man,
Texas Longhorn there on the front.
Oh,
boss
shit.
hog.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be bad.
I thought it would be like, that or like festivals,
Yeah.
like people's like state fairs
Holy
and other
shit,
things.
dude! We could do that. We could travel the world on a divers and drive-ins and divies, triple D type tour bus
Yeah.
deal, and go to like just different festivals. Like we would be busy as shit because there's festivals
Think of
everywhere.
the sponsorship opportunities. Gold Bond.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to walk around festivals.
Pennzoil.
We're going to stay away from Burning Man. They
Oh,
had a little bit of an issue
That
there.
is nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Did you see all that stuff?
I say we put our eggs in the festival bucket.
Yeah. That would probably be better than bars, because, I mean, I hate to say it, boys, but the old bar game, tough spot anymore.
Well,
you know
but
what I
that's
mean?
but we'd be bringing light to that. We'd go. I think it'd be great. Our friends at Ron's place too. You go into Ron's on a
Go
Friday,
to
Saturday
Stop In.
night.
We could
Stop
go to the
in.
headquarters. We could go to the Schnitz. We could go to Snaps. We could go to JR's. We
I
could
love
go.
JR's.
We could
Catch
go
some-
to literally wherever we wanted to go.
Catch some footage, splice it all together. We talk about what we
Yeah.
had, what we
Like
did.
a hidden camera
you'd
type
do
thing.
I think it'd be the nightlife or the social scene of an area then, not just a single bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, either way,
Yeah. But the festival thing would
church
be badass.
socials.
You
We'd
could
be
go-
great at church socials.
That's what I'm saying. Like we could go to any sort of public gathering like that.
Social, which is weird. I'm not a very social person, but I don't know. You get a few beers. I mean,
I was just saying, but we could just float around the fest, try different foods. We have sponsors pay for them, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, one
And then
coming
we
up
could-
that would be great to have, the West Side Nut Club Festival.
Oh my
Reach out,
dude.
Hey, West Side Nut Club Festival.
Hit us up if
Reach
you want
out.
us to be your official Munchie Map triers, samplers.
Yeah,
We can do it.
The content
we'll
creators.
reach out to our buddies down at News 14. We'll get
he
the,
doesn't even know who we are
we'll
anymore.
get the early release of the Munchie Map, plan out our attack, and just let it eat. We'll do that. We'll make it happen.
okay.
Well, we got enough.
Okay.
Following.
Okay.
Well, but I think imagine if we rolled into an area where nobody knew who we were, and we were like, "Oh, we're a big deal." Oh, who are you? Yeah, we're these guys. Oh my gosh, that must be impressive. Because some of these,
One of these days.
some of these people. Well, I mean, you guys want to quit your current jobs to content create.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, that'd be cool, I guess. I mean, if we're gonna have to be on a bus driving around to some place where everybody loves and adores you,
I think
probably not
I don't
bad.
know. Like if you watch, and there again, I'm old. I'm 36. I'm going to be 37 years old. Now
Not
I
as
say-
old as Dave.
I know. I say old, but like I guess I'm old-minded. And when you see some of the, I'm gonna go pretty hard here. I'm gonna go pretty hard in the paint, and I'm gonna say if you see some of the shit that my kids watch,
That's making
cajillion dollars every month, it is mind-boggling.
Well, we're not really a kid show.
No. But we
But
could be.
there was somebody I talked to that, kind of went away because we had an F-bomb problem early. And I go, well,
They're back
It's
now.
obviously you haven't watched in a while because we've cleaned that up.
Right.
Yeah, we've cleaned that up.
And a lot of those heavy hitters on YouTube, they're not big F-bombers either.
No.
No.
Now the only one, our buddy, when we sat down with our buddy Todd McComas, which have you guys listened? Not to hide. It's my top. It's my time. Do whatever I want with it.
investigators.
Did you listen to the
good.
first
Not
episode?
yet.
That's good.
First episode's great.
It's hook, line,
Yeah.
line, and sinker.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But our episode with Todd, we were a little bit loose, but that was the decorum of the room.
For sure.
Yeah.
You
So-
got to read the room, bro. But
But that wasn't a regular episode.
no.
Yeah, I was in
That's
depth.
sponsor free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you think about the heavy hitters that I'm talking about, like Mr. Beast,
No clue who he is.
really?
Yeah.
Never heard of him?
I mean, I've seen Like I've heard of it, like heard
I've
his
never
name.
watched his podcast.
I don't watch any of his stuff.
No. You know, like Mr. Beast is probably the biggest one.
I think the You Betcha guys, like I feel like they're not.
See, I think we'd get along with the You Betcha guy.
For sure.
I mean, he's cut from the same cloth we are.
For sure.
Yeah, just in a northern swing.
Yeah.
I think they're from.
Wisconsin,
Minnesota.
Michigan, somewhere up there.
I thought he was like Iowa.
It might be.
I don't know.
That's embarrassing that we don't know where the You Bet You guys are 100%.
Well, he wouldn't know where we were from,
Well, no, I guess.
so
Maybe he does.
Maybe he does now.
Maybe he's a
hey,
fan.
shout out You Bet You guy.
We
Hey, you
tag him
betcha.
in this one.
what's that?
Yeah, we
We
would.
better tag him in this one.
For sure.
Well, we probably ought to tag a lot of people on it. Can only help us.
Can't hurt.
So, all right, Smoke, we got.
Believe it was something to the effect of camping goodness and people watching. I don't know.
Campground goodness, people watching at its best.
That's what it was. So I just, over the weekend we had a good Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Came home Monday camp. Just a whole lot of lawn chair sitting, a whole lot of music listening. Beer flowed steady. We spent some time at the beach. And then the rest of the time we was just watching folks. And I tell you what, you get a whole mix of people on a long holiday weekend at a campground.
Oh, yeah.
And just mind-boggling. I shouldn't say mind-boggling.
No.
But definitely surprising sometimes to see who comes rolling down the way there or setting up their campsite.
Oh, yeah.
the
What
rigs
in
they
the
got.
hell are them people doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. Which I'm sure that was said a lot about
Oh, absolutely.
our tent and area squad.
Yeah, I feel like we did get DNR sent to us on Sunday night about 1:30.
You guys did?
Yeah. We broke quiet hours. We're
He was
being
at
loud.
he was at our camp about 6 times.
Once we finally all settled into our separate sleep dwellings. You guys remember the Waltons?
Yeah.
And at the end of the show, night, John boy.
Yeah. Night, Paul.
Yeah, I started doing that with.
Well, there
the
was no
campsite.
Paul.
Well, I just
Oh, you meant like Paul, not Paul, not friend of the program, Paul, but
No, like Paul.
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 Hey,
Night,
Paul.
Good night, Paul.
So anyway, I started doing a good nights to everybody and just trying to get anybody
boy.
to chime in. Like, night, Daryl. No Daryl's answered. But I was like, who's that flashlight coming up here? DNR.
Oh, shit.
Night, DNR.
Hey, DNR, what's your name? We'll give you a shout
I'll
out.
tell you, you know who it was.
It's probably that
It's
fella
friend of the
sketching
show.
skunk.
Friend of the show.
I told Jenna. I
Oh,
thought
Ranger.
that's
Oh,
who it
Ranger
was.
Aaron. Mr. Aaron. Ranger Aaron. Lincoln Ranger Aaron Chambers. Huge,
Oh.
huge fan of the show. We actually, we probably made him work a little harder than what he wanted to work their Sunday night, but I'm sure he understands there whenever the Dutchmen get together, stuff
Yeah.
like that and all their
Hell
folks
yeah.
and families. But yeah, we probably should have abided by the rules a little closer because I'm sure there was a lot of other campers that didn't want to put up with our bullshit.
Well, it's Labor Day weekend. You're supposed to cut loose and
Yeah,
know.
and celebrate your labors,
piss on the man a little bit one time.
Not literally. Just
So anyway,
You know what I saw trending was people didn't know like the origin of Labor Day.
Isn't that wild?
How dumb people are. Go on.
Oh well, all just shots fired there.
Yikes.
This
But
could
no,
be followers.
so the thing is
Oh, I know.
yeah. So here's the thing. We stayed over in the modern camp area.
yeah.
The
We
modern
were in the
camp
primitive.
area. And Dave Smoke Dragon and all them guys was over in the primitive area. And we were talking to Chad and a bunch of other people. I was actually going to see how far I could get away.
I can tell huge when I'm editing when
Oh,
you're that
yeah.
far away.
Whenever you're that far away. Yeah, for sure. Because you got to bring it in real deep. Yeah. But we were going to go park my car because you're only allowed to the one vehicle per campsite. So I took my car up to the campground parking area. But before that, I'm like, hey, let's run over to the old primitive area and see what old Smoke Dragon's up to, So we took a whip through that, and that place was wild.
Oh yeah, we were hopping over there.
A lot of tents, huge amount of Hispanic cultures. A lot of Hispanics that were
There was a big row
tent
across.
camping.
They had a heck of a party Saturday night. They
Yeah.
had the music going. They pulled a grill off the back of their truck. Like, they had it on a rack, and I couldn't figure out what the hell it was for the first 2 days. It was on, like, a cargo rack. But it's because it was all disassembled and
Right.
just kind of patched on there. But, I mean, you probably could have fit a hog and a half on this thing.
When I went by that, they probably had 10 pounds of carne asada on that son of a bitch. And it was just two older Hispanic ladies with a pair of tongs that were just flipping that shit one to the other. And then the other ladies they have like a huacajete, which is like a stone thing, grinding shit up to make salsa and stuff. I literally almost sold bless. I was like, hey, I might stop here and see if they got anything to sample. Because they were all kicking it, drinking Modelo's and Coronas and shit. You know, it would probably
You're
I'm almost in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, in the way, hola, you know, stuff like that. But anyway, boats for sale in the primitive area. Did you see that?
Nope.
One old boy had a John. I'm not lying. Had a John boat sitting by his tent that had a for sale sign on it.
well, but think about it. Not a bad idea. A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of walking around and stuff. But then, you know, then we went back over to the regular camp area, you know, and did that stuff. You guys come over to visit a few times and stuff, and I love it. I had a lot of fun.
I was real happy to see all the group camps. You know, because if you count the kids we had with us in our 3 campsites, there's 13 of us. There was a camp group across from us. There was probably 20 people there.
Yeah.
And it's like, daggone, it's just good to see folks.
Getting together like that.
Yeah,
that's,
and it was
that's
hot.
How,
It was like, it was
so humid, man. Like when we were down there, so we had the Meyers. I'll just name drop.
Yeah, go ahead.
We had the Meyers. We had the Rings. We had the Blessingers. We had the Eckerts. We had the Flamians. We had the Tanners. We had
Like
the
Doc Flamian?
No, Brody.
Oh,
Brody
okay.
sir. We had the Masoners. We had the Tigmars. And that's like, you know, that's seven families. And I'm sure I missed one or two, but there was a shit ton of people there, man.
Did you say Blessinger?
Yeah, I did. They were there, and like each one of those family, you know, couple, 4, 5, 6 kids. It was nuts, man. So there was 200 kids, 64 people, and
State record skunks.
state record skunks. Yeah, we had a skunk wrangler was out there each night. Ranger Aaron was out there every night putting skunk traps out. Matter of fact, one time David and I were sitting there we were drinking beer, and he was getting ready to bait the traps, and he pulled out a pack of glizzies.
Whoa.
And they weren't
They pulled
top,
them from Dave's fridge. They were bar ass.
No, they weren't top tier glizzies. They were some sort of bottom shelf ditch.
Hey, but
ditch
when you're cooking them in a fire,
ditch glizzy, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But he said he looks over to me and he said, "Son of a bitch, if he keeps stuffing them traps full of hot dogs, who's he trying to catch? He's going to catch me." But yeah, no skunks. We didn't catch none. But there were some sightings, and the one of them was named the honey badger because that summit didn't give an F, and I think it was really big. Skunks down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, regular.
Well, they know they're
state
safe
record.
there.
Yeah, state record polecat. But
good to see so many young people having a good time out there, because there ain't a stitch of internet, cell phone signal in that place. I didn't have any.
And the poor side of the campground where you were at, Dave, maybe not, but the wealthy, they have all the amenities down there.
we had a Starlink. Do you know what a Starlink is?
Yes, I know what a Starlink.
Yeah, I know you know what a Starlink. Do you know what a Starlink is?
It's Elon's thing.
Yeah, dude. One of the family members, one of the campers had one.
Shout out Elon. Tag him on this too.
And that's what we had that, and that's nuts, dude. $100 flat rate for life. Mm-hmm. You buy your equipment, which he said was a little salty,
Yep.
but you buy the equipment, you pay $100 flat rate for life, and you don't have to mount it permanent if you don't want to. So he took it obviously mobile and brought it down there because Lincoln is a dead zone. Like if I were on call, I wouldn't have went because I would have your phone doesn't ring. Like I
Yeah.
tried to call Dave 40 times and it wouldn't work. You could get a text through, but that's about it. And we were streaming Spandora. We were streaming Pandora and Spotify the whole weekend. My kids were watching Netflix. Ellie Bug was sick. She come down with a little bit of a fever there Sunday night late, so she went back into the tent with the old Netflix machine and watched her little movie while she drifted off, and that's wild to me, man. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty primitive down there. And the cool thing I think about campgrounds is, like, their bikes, like you said, that Willbilly put 100 miles on that bike.
And I didn't really have to worry about them.
No.
Now I am getting real, and I've always been this way a little, but worse with the get off my lawn thing. I spend a fair amount of time shouting at people to slow down.
Driving
Yeah.
through there, and it's usually younger. It's usually the younger
it's like,
generations.
hey, just slow down. There's kids on bikes and drunk people, you know?
Yeah, you don't need to be doing that shit. Like people flying through the campground, going to their spot, or leaving, or going to their park to go park or something like that. And it's But anyway,
Hell of a good time.
it was. Yeah, it's
Well,
really
you got to
fun.
recreate responsibly.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's right.
right.
That's what I had anyway. I really enjoyed my time down there.
It's fun, man.
Other than this SPT.
STD you got there in your own nose.
No,
D's,
not
yeah.
STD.
Oh,
It was the
Lincoln
LS.
Swamp Nose.
Lincoln Swamp
LSN.
Nose Disease.
LSND.
LNSD.
LSND, Rain Man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, boy.
That's exactly what I said. And you know what else I'm going to say?
Go ahead, pal.
It's time for the pause for the cause.
Yes, it is.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Wanderers, it's Smoker. Hey, it's Life Insurance Awareness Month, and it's the perfect time to learn about how life insurance can protect your family's financial future. Life insurance is a way to provide financial security for your loved ones if you die. It can help pay for your funeral expenses, outstanding debts, and other financial obligations. It can also help your family maintain their lifestyle, such as paying for their mortgage, car payments, or college tuition. If you're not sure if you need life insurance, well, ask yourself these questions. Do I have any dependents? What would happen to my family's financial situation if I died? Could I afford to pay for my funeral expenses and other debts out of pocket? Would my family be able to maintain their lifestyle without my income? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you should consider getting life insurance. There are many different types of life insurance policies available, so it's important to find someone to help you pick the policy that suits you best. With that being said, here are a few words from someone who is happy to help you figure it all out.
Hello, Wonders. It's Chad Blessinger down in Holland, Indiana. You can come see me at Blessinger Insurance. We're going to talk about some life insurance. September is Life Insurance Awareness Month, and it'd be a good opportunity to come see me. That way we can talk about some things and see what your needs are. So you can call me at 812-536-3548, or you can just come see me right in downtown Holland, Indiana, right beside the fire station.
Hey! And we're back. Thanks to our buddy Chad Blessinger, Blessinger Insurance there, giving us a little pause for the cause. September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. If you don't have life insurance and you have a family, you should have life insurance. I mean, we'll just keep it simple.
Yeah.
We'll just keep it simple. You got family, you got mortgage, you got debts.
Yeah. They don't.
You should have life insurance.
They don't dig holes for free.
Yeah. No. We could bring our friends over there from, we could bring the Bagelin boys in. They could tell us about digging holes and what it costs.
Yeah.
Ain't cheap.
No.
Hour 2, Smoke Daddy.
Fellas, it's football season.
Yep.
With football season, it's time to eat wings and delicious other foods that go hand in hand with football. Hour 2 is brought to you by our friends at Catering by Meyer. Those fellas know what foods pair exceptionally well with football. Whether you're hosting at home, at the field, or on the road tailgating, give them a call today to supply all your tailgating catering needs. Trust us, we're big fans of glizzies, but damn, we're even bigger fans of hot wings. Catering by Meyer can make your football tailgate one of the ages. Their wings will leave you speechless with a dirty face and hands. Leave the cooking to the fellas at Catering by Meyer. Call them today for your next tailgate.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Catering
God,
by
I love
Meyer.
their wings too, man.
Yeah.
They are huge,
Who doesn't love
and
their
they are.
wings?
You know, the first time I asked him, when we had them for the first time during COVID, and he would set up there at the event center and do, because there was no public events, there was no Bombers games, there was no
Nothing. Those
there
guys
was-
had to make money.
Yeah, they were going to starve to death, so they had this wild idea where they would sell pre-portioned, pre-packaged not prepackaged, but like pre-portioned out meals in to-go boxes.
Basically, do your old-fashioned lunch dinner plate.
Exactly, like a dinner plate, and it was contactless, and when it was, they were all masked up. A lot of them you had to pre-order, prepay, shit like that. Very safe, very effective. And we had ordered wings, and he's like, "Hey, Mace, you should probably try these wings because they're killer." And we went down there to get them, and I got them, brought them back to the shop, dude. I swore up and down that he had driven to Evansville and went to Hooters and got them and brought them back. The sauce that they made was like, better than the old Hoots down there, man. And it's killer. They're good. Very quality, good wing.
Yeah, very much so.
I love every minute of it.
What you got, buddy?
Well, I was struggling for a second topic. Couldn't really think of it. Couldn't really nail it down. Like the first thing I put down was talking about good deeds or whatever, And I'm like, well, hell, everybody got good deeds, You just don't be a dick, Be a nice guy, and if somebody needs help, you help them, Shit like that. And then David brought up the whole camping thing with the old swamp nose and shit like that, and I got to thinking about what was one of my bigger takeaways from that weekend.
Yep.
Other than, spending time with the family and getting outdoors and flexing our muscles on the old tent rolling skills and, shit like that. And I kind of tie that back into my do a good deed daily type thing. And it was like, as a Boy Scout, I grew up first time I went camping was, without my parents, early, 8, 9, 10 years old or whatever, and then we literally did it every summer and fall until I turned 17. And I've spent I've spent a shit ton of nights in a tent. I've slept without air conditioning a gazillion times. And in my older age, I think that I've, became a little bit softer, a little bit of a bigger of a panocha. For those of you know what that means.
I'm gonna no comment.
And I would like box fans and CPAPs and Ryobi fans that mount to the roof of your tent that fold that the batteries don't last all night, by the way, even on low. If you got the like the big 24-volt ones, that baby sucks her out. But two times did I have something happen to me over the weekend that it was not only embarrassing, but tough on the pocketbook. I was unprepared. Like, luckily I had brought maybe backups, and shit like that, because I'm a portly fella. I'm for lack of better words, a fat bastard. And I exceed weight limits on a lot of, camping equipment.
Yeah.
And my second topic, which I know I took the long way around it, but it simply says 3 chairs. I broke 3 lawn chairs camping over this weekend. And I have trust in you guys to not really, make fun of me or give me any guff about it, because it's an embarrassing thing, and I wanted to take this, serious. Screw you, Dick.
No, hold on.
But
here.
I wanted to look at this from a serious standpoint.
I think there's somebody listening to this in future time that just died laughing because you would think this guy's hermit crab died and we're getting ready to bury it out back, but no, his big ass broke 3 chairs.
So with that,
and he wants to talk about it.
So with that being said, you see which I know we talked about this really early on with Arlo, and Arlo would brought up that $57,000 lowrider Yeti lawn chair. Remember that one we were talking about there for that shithole we're going to.
You broke one of those?
No. God, no. Ain't nobody I camp with can afford one of them sumbitches. But my question is what kind of lawn chairs do you guys run with? What do you run? Like, because obviously the ones that I've been running ain't cutting it. So
GCI XL rocker.
I know.
Bingo.
So I spent some time in a GCI XL rocker, which was not one that I broke. It was not.
Well, I'd hope not.
No.
That thing's like rated for 500 pounds.
Well, some of them are and some of them aren't. Because, so Justine got the GCI, what do they call it? Like the hammock rockers? Those.
Oh, the low riders.
The low riders that's got the hammock deals, right?
Yep, I'm not a fan.
Okay, so she got those during Prime Day. They only have like a 200-pound or 250-pound weight limit, you know? So there's no way. I mean, I can sit in them, but like they're, for lack of better words, in the words of Mr. Brody Flamion and Mrs. Justine Meissner, every time that I sat in the lawn chair would say, "Help me! Help me!" That was a running joke, by the way, since I demolished the first one.
That's a tough spot.
And then the second
so
one,
what was the first one you demolished? What was-
Sam's Club, just a Sam's Club
Bag.
But I mean,
It was a bag chair,
It's unfair that you take guff for breaking 3 chairs, because who's not to say, like the Sam's Club one had been around the block a few years,
So the
not in
second,
best shape.
the second chair that I broke was my OG fat and ugly original that I had to put I put the leather pouches up
Yeah,
on
yeah.
top of the pole sockets
yeah,
and stuff
I mean,
like
that's
that.
ancient.
So really, and that chair didn't break structurally. It was just a couple of rivets that held the keepers together. They would just popped. So really, all I have to do is go back, which I did not throw that chair away. I kept that with me because that's the one that's got like a 700-pound weight limit. It's just that those rivets on the keeper joints were old and broke. So I'm going to drill those out and put some nice stainless bolts in there and add some more life to that unit. But I don't know, man. I'm open for suggestions.
So what was the third one that was broke?
Well, it was just one of those plastic ones, and I knew better to sit in at all. So,
I sat down in one of those blue Adirondack chairs.
yeah, those are nice.
I didn't know how it was going to do, but it.
There was no humanly way possible that I was ever thinking about sitting in one of them because I was
Tough to get out of.
I was figuring that one of those legs would have then impaled my my lower back ass area.
Yeah, I lucked out, didn't break any chairs, but I did get stuck in a hammock. The little camp hammocks that fold up real nice, but they're deep.
Yeah, was it an Eno?
No, but same.
Same
Yeah.
same concept.
Problem is, they're so damn deep, and a fat feller
Well, that's
gets
because
in
you
there.
did the trees are too close together.
Yeah, I had them stretched out pretty far.
Well,
It's
then
just a
you-
deep hammock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't have the bars. It's not wide. It's just
Deep,
deep. But it's hard to.
real,
I'm not agile. I'm not
Real.
agile enough to
real
flop out of there.
deep.
Deep like.
Deep pockets.
Yeah, it's lawn chair sitting wise. Don't take a whole lot of risk on them
No,
because I'm aware of my surroundings, and really either bring my own now, especially because my lovely bride for Father's Day a couple years ago bought me some nice ones.
some GCI rockers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you see me sporting them on a Sunday soccer down there.
Yeah, mine's always in the truck.
Yeah. But I don't sit in a whole lot of other chairs other than those anymore. I either bring my own or stand, or I'm a big cooler guy.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. I had to resort to my Yeti Tundra 65 the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
You could park
And-
the goddamn truck on. You know,
Yeah.
it's no big
but,
deal.
I mean,
you know,
it's,
but
I
it's
just,
like-
I don't trust other people's chairs. Maybe that's your first problem. You trust
So
too
I had to
easily.
borrow one again from my mom. That was a Magellan, which would be an Academy unit, and
Yeah.
it was a director type. That same concept as the GCI XL rocker, but it was not
A rocker.
It doesn't rock. But that son of a bitch was so tall with the table. That's why she gave it to me, because it was so tall. She, like, her feet barely touched the ground. You know what I mean? So like, for a person that may have issues getting out of chairs, like you're freaking pert near standing. You know what I mean? Got a little drink table on the side and everything else, but the rods. Nobby brought this to my attention, by the way. Like the framework on the front of the seat that would potentially dig into your like hamstring areas. GCI rocker, not so much, but like on that Magellan unit, like you might as well have been sitting on the damn frame. So I wasn't a huge fan. It was too damn tall, and the seat wasn't very deep. So like where those
always
bars
felt
hit
like
you,
you were-
yeah, you always felt like you're gonna kind of roll out of the front of it. So
Yeah.
I'm in the market for a couple really nice fat people lawn chairs. So if anybody out there has any suggestions, or if any company might, want to sponsor,
Maybe you need some guys to trial your new XL line of chairs.
See, now what we have, so last year,
Should that be our gig? Should we be like testing like husky sized gear?
light bulb.
yeah, but you got to get people to send you that.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, we got to talk about it more.
Oh, okay. Well, we're in the husky size trying on business, and you just let us know, and we'll try it.
That's right.
Now, when we went to that swamp last year, we took our
The
fancy,
Lincoln Swamp or that shithole in Florida?
No, shithole in Florida.
No, got you.
Which 38 days. 37, I think.
Took your nice chair.
We took our nice chairs. But this year,
Big mistake.
well, I was very careful.
You get sand and them folding points, game over.
very careful to make sure they were clean when we got back.
Or you
et
spray
cetera,
them
et
off
cetera.
every night. Like when we had some, we would literally bring them from the shithole beach to our shithole house, and then we would use the shithole hose
Yeah.
and hose the framework out
with the shithole water.
with the shithole water that stinks to high hell.
Yeah.
And then, we would put them out and that they would dry and then they would actually fold and unfold.
Yeah. We very careful with them, but we're going to find, I've been in the market for some big kid beach chairs
Those are cool.
because when we set our canopy up last year, our neighbor next door who really had it all figured out, they kept their canopy a little bit lower,
Oh, yeah.
less wind problem.
Duh.
We were normal height because
Yeah.
of our chairs. So now this year we want some lower beach chairs to
So
where
that was
we
with
can
the
be lower
Arlo.
on
That's the
canopy.
chair that Arlo was talking about, like that Yeti, that 17
I'm
million.
not buying it Yeti chair.
Oh no! Good God, no!
I'm
But
not
that was
fancy
it. Was
enough
one
for
of those type that were real
Yeah,
low.
Amazon. I typed in
fat people
guy beach chair.
Yeah,
You know how many searches I do on Amazon
it starts with fat guy or like 5X
Loose.
5X tall.
Well, I tell you what, my the old TikTok logarithm. Is that
algorithm.
right? Algorithm.
Just say algorithm.
Because I mixed geometry with this logarithm. Maybe that's pre-calculus. I don't know. I'm a stats master. It doesn't matter. But it's been
Passes it one time and now he's a professional.
passed it twice. I'm 2 for 3 in stats.
Okay, here we go. Giddy up.
2 for 3.
We're not going to talk about why he didn't pass the first.
Yeah, the moment they'll live in. But now I forgot what we were talking about.
Lawn chairs, short guy, fat people, search
Algorithms.
bars,
Yeah.
algorithms,
So my
TikTok.
TikTok's been real hard on the.
gastric bypass talk.
Well, no, the one lady that the doc was like, I have to get gastric bypass, but I didn't want to. 3 years later, I'm down to 150 pounds.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
great for her.
Good for
you. Like,
you.
good for you, sweetheart.
I'm always in
Glad it
on the
worked
big
out.
guy, the big old monster dude that was like, I used to weigh 487 pounds, and this is how I lost my weight, and this is one of my favorite recipes. And it shows him like hiking the PC trail and like all this dudes, and he's eating like 2 tuna tacos with 4 grams of rinsed shredded cheese. Like you take shredded cheese out of the bag, put it in a colander, and spray it off, and then portion it out into a 2 tablespoon serving.
yeah.
Good God.
spot.
Good for you, bud.
Yeah.
Good
Well-
for you.
It is what it is, which is funny because we've gone back and we've added some more shorts to our YouTube page and doing some of these
I
other
ate 2
things.
cans of tuna today with 5-gallon bucket of Frank's hot sauce and half a box of Triscuits. Like I'm taking baby steps.
Good for you.
Baby steps.
But I realized how in depth we went with talking about losing weight, and I was like, wow, we should have saved that show for like end of December,
Biggest
January.
Loser.
Yeah, New Year's resolution.
I think though that the lawn chair game is there again as a POS, a person of size.
Not piece of shit.
Not piece of shit. The thing is like, do you ever think that sometimes that the market or the salespeople that market products forget that the obese, like I say obese as a hard word, but like Americans are generally bigger than they always have been, and it's so uncommon to find a 3X to 4X to 5X T-shirt on the internet, or a double XL lawn chair. Like, it's only the skinny ones that are available, or like the size 9 shoe that you can't find, but you can find 10 million, or you can find all the 9s in the world, but you can't find a 15 to save your ass. Is that because there's so many people that wear them, or is that because that they don't make them because they don't think there's anybody that does?
The latter.
Yeah. But yeah, Americans are getting a little chubbier. So they should start making more, chubbier lawn chair options. And then I know all our haters are going to say, well, lose weight, you fat bastard, and you won't have any trouble buying shit.
It's a thyroid issue.
Yeah, jerk. I can't help it.
A big bone.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm all out on. I got to get new lawn chairs and got to figure them out. So if anybody out there listening knows anything about fat people lawn chairs, hit us up.
Yeah. Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
All right. So for our listeners that aren't from the area, I apologize. We really try to diversify what we talk about. Fat guy in a lawn chair is relevant everywhere. It's going to play.
Well, this topic could play.
Could
anywhere.
play some places if their road cruiser is drunk as what these are around here. So
Bite your tongue.
I travel a little stretch of road called Highway 64. Not to be confused with Smoke Dragon, Interstate 64.
Ugh.
Highway 64 is a little piece of stretch of road that runs from here to there and everywhere, but it was prior to the interstate. Rolls right through Huntingburg, rolls right through Birdseye, rolls right through St. Anthony, St. Mark's, Birdseye.
Arthur Junction.
Get to, on the other end, the Eckerty T, and then it kind of, it's the Y. I mean, it's the Eckerty
Tough
Y.
spot.
But
It used to be the
T now.
Eckerty Y for years, but now it's
Then they remodeled
now it's
it.
a T, yeah.
So recently, just west of Huntingburg, they done a little paving project. They didn't do a very good job. 2 spots immediately that showed up right, like they weren't done, and they showed up. And Smoke, I was dumb enough to think, they're spending our taxpayers. They're making a prevailing wage. Maybe they'll come back and fix those spots because
So
they
they
care about
that
what
is
they do.
directly affected by our state tax. Like we all pay for that.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, at State Highway. No, they didn't come back and fix it. Smoke.
Hell no.
It'll be this winter. It'll be so rough it'll throw you out of the truck. So I thought, okay, it is what it is. Obviously, they don't give a damn. Nobody holds them accountable. Little bit of a rant that our local politicians don't give 2 shits about. Hey, who's your taxpayer dollars that are going for subpar work?
You know who elects officials?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The roads.
yeah.
The roads are what elects officials. Whoever has roads in their minds and like that, they usually win elections.
Oh.
Just so you know.
Okay. So, anyways, then the next thing came along on that stretch of 64. They're going to paint the lines on this sumbitch. And as soon as you go from the old section to the new section, Smoke, they're off by like 6 inches. You can see the little white guideline that they should have painted on. They didn't. They just decided we're going to paint wherever the hell we want. It is the worst. And you know what? If you work for that company and you allowed that, then, stop listening. Like,
Hey,
I don't give 2 shits about
You want to know the bad part though?
what.
They've only got one shot.
Well, to paint it,
They
yeah.
only got one shot.
Well, but how do you screw it up that bad?
that you know how it does.
Somebody's not paying attention to their freaking job.
You have to drive.
Well, they got the guide
understand
wheel, right?
how it
Put
works.
the guide wheel on the line.
Not some do, yes, and some don't.
These guys have a guide wheel to do what they do.
You seen them do it?
Yeah.
You see how fast they do it?
Yeah, that's part of the problem.
They fly.
And that's why it looks like shit. So now I wonder, the lawyer in me, Smoke, thinks
I
if
should
there's
get tax money back.
that too, but if there's a wreck because it doesn't go from the white line to the rumble strip because it all just kind of mixes together. The rumble strip might be inside the white line in some spots. That if that causes a wreck, I wonder if there's any liability on these. Well, probably not because they sign indemnity agreements in the state, and then you can't sue the state, that's another thing for another topic. But so then there's that stretch. Looks like shit. Our tax dollars pissed out the window.
Shots fired.
We might as well just lit them up. Old Rudolph got paid, and he didn't give a damn, which good for them. We continue to send them business. That's great. I mean, that's just great. That's what our local government does for us. So then, just recently, Smoke, not for my trip to work to get any more miserable, they repainted the lines between Bird's Eye and the Eckerty T. And it looks like shit. You cannot get a DUI on that stretch of road because there's not a straight freaking line, Smoke. It goes this way, it goes that way, it goes this way, it goes that. It honestly looks like they had a 3-year-old with a joystick beating it back and forth as they painted the lines. And then they spilled some paint out on the lines.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had some of these lines that were it's supposed to be a double yellow or one side's able to pass. This line looks like it just went on forever and somebody forgot to hit the stop button to then make the next 18-inch to 24-inch strip. It looks like shit. And we pay for that. And nobody ever calls these companies and says, hey, you're doing a shitty job. We shouldn't have to pay for that.
You said they got one shot. If they screw it up, though, it can be ground off.
Or they could paint it black. Because the road's
You
black.
gonna get black paint?
Yeah.
You're gonna get black paint.
What? It's got to look better than what it is now.
If they can't hit that damn thing in the right spot, there's no way they're going to
You wanna
follow
know-
the wrong spot
You
the
know,
right way.
you know what I may do tomorrow?
Tell me.
I may just go ahead and set my phone up on the dash so the wanderers, when they come back to reference this, we can maybe insert this. They can see how bad it is for themselves. It's terrible. And it drives me nuts because I drive it 5 days a week, every day.
I have a photo of my daughter standing in I will leave it indisclosed. I won't even say what town it's in, but I know a thing or two about, striping roads and painting lines and stuff like that. And my daughter is standing by one of these said lines and was pointing to it. And I sent it to the guy who may or may not have caused that line to be faulty. And he he did not like it.
Yeah. They don't like being called out for shitty work.
Here's the problem.
Tell me what the excuse is for somebody to do shitty work and not feel bad for it.
Human error. It's human error.
If you go look at how bad this is f***ed up, and you go ahead and bleep that smoke,
yeah,
I
baby.
will.
if you go look at how bad it is,
Yeah.
there is no reason for it. It's complete incompetence.
Right. Now,
Don't back your brothers on the road. I know you're all in this tight little the handshake. They probably got a handshake
Yeah.
day where they
Yeah.
do this and then
Yeah.
thumb up their ass.
oh boy.
They did a shitty job.
Yeah.
They need to be called out for a shitty job.
But who's going to fix it?
Nobody, because we already wasted all the tax dollars probably allocated for it, and you can't do anything for another 10 years.
Right.
So now I get to see it for the next 10 years when I drive to French Lick.
Right. You know what those guys would tell you?
Go pound sand.
Go do it. You go do it.
Okay, I will.
You go drive it.
You know what? I'll put my 7 years of education post high school on the back burner to go paint lines because you're in an automated vehicle to do it.
It's not automated.
And all you got, it's pretty damn close to being automated.
You got
All
a
have
guy
to do-
driving a truck.
Yeah.
You got a guy in the sprayer seat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables.
Little bit of
lot
communication.
A lot of moving parts.
You're not going to get me off this hill.
That's fine. Come on.
We might as well call the Shirleys and talk about green energy at this point.
What do you think they'd do if we got out there, you driving the old polar bear and my fat ass hanging out of the tailgate with a can of yellow Krylon?
Yeah.
I'd take that chance. I'd love if we have
Tough spot.
if we have an officer of the law. I will contend that if you get if they try to arrest you for OWI between Bird's Eye and the Eckerty T, they don't have a case.
How you figure?
Because them lines, there's no way.
You go left to center, you're left to center.
Yeah, but when it goes this way, then this way, and you're driving straight, whose fault's that? That's the damn road crew painting.
Adapting to road conditions. I mean, it clearly states that in the driving law.
If you follow the lines, you're going to be accused of being driving drunk.
Well,
You're going to have to just cut edges somewhere.
I'm just saying, but it's up to the police's discretion whether or not they think you have probable cause to make contact anyway. Right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh? Dave?
I've not studied law too much.
I mean, I have.
Me neither. 7 years post high school, according to old Mr. Road Crew hater over there.
Hey, I don't hate the road crew. I consider myself blue collar background, but I've painted some lines in my days.
Yeah.
You know, and I took care of my job.
Took pride in your work.
Took care in what I was doing. Took pride in it.
Right.
And cared about what it looked like.
Craftsman.
And these other guys, they don't give a damn.
People post pictures all the time. Do you not remember? Let's not remember about another thing too. Sometimes
Let's
I feel
not
like
remember or not forget.
not forget about some of those times where those guys that are doing them road jobs that are painting. Most of them are like commercial contractors that come in, and they'll only contract from point A to point B because that's all they want to dick with,
Right.
and then they'll come in and bring another person to kind of carry on.
Right.
And the best ones is like, I guess some of those guys that are on them contract painting crews, they don't have like weather radar, or they don't, or maybe they just don't understand how like rain
Affects paint.
Surprise, surprise.
So they had painted a whole stretch of highway through a nameless town. That went. They painted the center line. They painted the turn lane line. They painted the turn lane arrows. They painted the intersection approaches. Like, they did everything, and then it rained, and then the entire road was yellow. People's cars were covered in yellow.
Yeah.
Like, as you drove, this yellow paint would just fly all over your car. A buddy of mine was on the road when it happened, and he's like, I drove as fast as I could home to get to the water hose to spray my car. And he said, I sprayed my car down for 25 minutes, making sure that it wasn't going to dry. But yeah, human error. Shit happens. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. I mean, really, it honestly is. There's no reason to get upset about it.
When you look at the job, though,
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's terrible.
I mean, we see it all the time, dude. Contractors work versus, people.
and they'll continue to get jobs.
You're right.
There's no telling how many more jobs Rudolph's done this summer.
Well, now we don't need to shoot.
I don't care.
It's not their painting crew, though.
No, they didn't paint.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what their paint job
Right.
would look after they laid
You
the
want to know
asphalt.
another thing, too? According to some of these old timers that have been in this game for a long time, the mix that we get now, like the asphalt that they make now, I know we're going to lose some people here, but like the mix that we get now is not even close to the quality as what it was 25 years ago because of the EPA rig, because of the chemicals and the cancers and the big time scientists that think that asphalt is terrible and all that shit. That's why your roads suck, because the mix that they get, it's trash. I mean, it is straight rock and sand with a little bit of tar. It's not good, and that's always going to be like that from now on.
Well,
Tough spot.
if you talk to them, they wouldn't even know it's changed.
Tough spot.
Other than that, if you work for the Huntingburg Street Department, shout out. Love you guys.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
big fan
Hey,
of the Huntingburg
Dave,
Street
what
Department.
was you wondering about here for topic 3?
Cast iron.
Oh,
Cookware. Cast iron cookware.
God Almighty!
So as we've talked throughout this episode, we went camping, and the Smoker family used to have a camper back about 4 or 5 years ago. We stepped away from that life and got my cast iron out for the first time in 3 years, and it was awful.
Really?
Bad shape. But I spent a good time of the heat of the day just scrubbing down, wire brushing, and re-seasoning cast iron.
Yeah.
And that is a satisfying daggone thing to do.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And then when you get it seasoned good, and like all the non-stick pans in the world just don't hold a candle to good seasoned cast iron.
Well, yeah, because they all wear out. You know,
Yeah.
Teflon just gives you cancer and wears out.
Yeah.
Cast iron is not only is it an awesome, medium to cook on, but the health benefits. If you're anemic and you have low iron levels, they actually recommend that you prepare most of your food on cast iron.
So I told little like one of those weird things that you follow and look at like with cookware and what it is and the PFASs and the forever chemicals. Mm-hmm. And I've talked to Janelle and I think we're pulling the trigger on some new like ceramic cookware because we've got some cast iron. We're big pro cast iron. You want to fry you up some good chicken, you do it in one of them good old chicken fryers, cast iron. My younger brother, shout out to him, Sitewise Land Management. He does some things in some of those cast iron Dutch ovens, that he cooks with. But I'm a big fan of it. But
Justine and I, like we usually we'll Dutch oven one another when we're in bed. Yeah, you ever done that?
I never do that to my wife.
No. You fart under the covers.
We know what it is.
Yeah.
Listeners know what it is.
You never
too.
have no Dutch oven wars in there? Daniel Ring made dump cake.
We made one that night too.
Jesus Christ. I didn't get any because it flew off, but I just looked at Max's portion that he got. They had homemade ice
The
cream.
Max dude to load it up.
Oh,
is what you're saying.
goddamn. Yeah.
He didn't want to share.
He got his portion.
Yeah,
But they
good for him.
didn't have any peach at the store, so they made apple and...
We made apple.
They made apple and something different, maybe strawberry or something.
Strawberry,
I'm not sure
right.
what the hell they had, but the old dump cake in the old Dutch oven there. Good God! Now the other lady, Mrs. Tigmeyer, she made a 100% vegetarian, maybe not vegan, but vegetarian like vegetable soup in an old cast iron Dutch oven. And that was pretty killer too, man.
Neighbor up the road has a 30-gallon cast iron soup pot for sale.
Oh, boy.
Jenna won't let me buy it
Why?
because it's $400. I said that's about what it costs.
Like neighbor up the road? Oh, neighbor down the road does.
Yeah.
No shit. Yeah.
That'd be a good thing to have.
It would be
I
super
want it
awesome.
So bad.
Well, let's do it. Let's pull the trigger.
Dutchman
Soup pot. We could shoot some hella content, especially coming up.
Sure.
For the,
Tell them we'll buy it.
coming up for the month of
October. It's your
October.
porch party. I
Porch
like to
parties,
have,
the soup. We're doing a whole segment on soups. God, this is brilliant.
I seen it like it's already seasoned, and I said, "Jen, I'm gonna buy this." She's like, "You're crazy." I was like, "I've been talking about buying one." She's like, "I didn't know they're $400."
Well, the good
And I'm
ones
like,
are.
a Dutch oven's like $80.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So when I was a kid, going back to the Boy Scout thing, dude, it was obviously backpacking. You're not toting around a Dutch oven,
Right.
You're using jet boils and other things.
Yeah.
But when we would go on to the jamborees or the summer camps or the other larger functions that we would get together on, it was always Dutch oven stuff. Man, we would make some badass casseroles. We would make cobblers, dude.
Yeah.
Fresh. Shout out Steve Blessinger. Shout out Brian Blessinger. Shout out Philip Blessinger and Nathan Blessinger. We would go camping out there in their property, and they would have fresh blackberry bushes. Mm-hmm. We would pick the blackberries. We would wash them and then immediately transfer them into a cobbler in a Dutch oven.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you wouldn't need anything as good as that.
So,
Unbelievable.
friend of the program, Joe Ellis, his dear sweet mother, she used to pick blackberries. This was still when I worked for the Parks Department. And she'd bring down fresh cobblers
Oh, God.
and, just pick the berries that morning. Like, it just delicious.
Oh yeah.
So we got Le Cruchet. I think that's how you say it. Le Cruchet. It looks like Lee Cruchet. It's a French cooking potware thing, and we ended up. It's expensive as shit, by the way. Which we got it for a Christmas gift for like an accumulation of like all the family, because we were still kicking it on some pretty old junky shit that we'd been handed down.
I still can't get over the fact you eat on paper plates all the time.
Yeah. You just wait till your kids get older, champ. But we have Le Creuset skillets. I've got a casserole dish or like.
So what are those?
They're cast iron.
Oh,
But it's
they are.
But it's
cast iron.
It's a coated cast iron. Like you can use it in the.
It's not a good old lodge.
No way, dude. No, you can use it in the. You can put it in the dishwasher. You can use soap to clean it, and stuff like that.
So it's the cast iron coating. I think the ones I've looked at are a ceramic coating. I think that doesn't have any of the PFASs or other stuff.
right.
But I've been looking. So I used to have a pizza pan that was given to me as a gift by my mother and father that made a lot of pizzas, cookies, things like that on, and it broke. And I had some people say, you need to get you a cast iron variety version of that, and you'll love it. So, I don't know.
It's an enameled. So these are three main cook set materials that Le Creuset currently has in production: an enameled cast iron, stainless steel, and hard anodized non-stick steel. So ours are the enameled cast iron. So they are heavy as shit. Like they're
Transfer heat pretty evenly.
they are tough.
Here's a question.
Good ones.
The old, like the stainless steel, people always say the secret to cooking on them is you got to let them get super hot
Hot.
and then be able to cook on
Yeah.
them. And I've never
If you don't have a gas range, don't waste your time with number one. Don't waste your time with cast iron, and don't waste your time with stainless
Well,
steel.
good news here in southern
we
Indiana.
all have
they
it.
haven't outlawed
Yeah.
that like some places.
Yeah.
We've got a electric range.
So it doesn't do you really.
I love
anything to have
cooking.
Cast iron. In the
No,
house.
I cook outside. On
I love cooking with LP.
Yeah. Well, just because it's instant heat, you know what I mean. Like you don't. It's all instant heat. It's right now hot.
And like I'm not a good enough chef to be like, cooking with gas is so much better.
It is.
Well, I mean,
for-
but I can't articulate to you why.
because it's instant heat and it's even heat. And if you don't like, if you have a bunch of shit in the pan, right? If you have a whole bunch of different things in a cast iron skillet. Say we got a 14-inch skillet and you're cooking bacon, or you got a bunch of chicken cubed up, or you're sautéing some veggies or whatever.
Yeah.
If your veggies are getting hot or getting done more so in the bottom of the pan, you just move it around. You know what I mean? Like just move your skillet around on that cast iron. Whereas an electric, it's all that big giant square circle of glowing red. There's no differentiation of where your heat's at. You know what I mean? You have to be more of an active. I love to cook. I'm all in on it. I love my gas shit. We'd never had it until we moved out here, and I'm all in on it. And it's awesome. You can cook an egg in like 2 seconds, and it's badass. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
We use the Blackstone for a lot of that anymore.
Oh yeah, dude.
I can't tell you the last time I fried bacon in the house.
I'm out of propane. Yeah.
You're gonna need to gear up on something.
I know. I've got 4 tanks that need to go.
I've got 3 that need to get filled up.
I made tacos in the house the other day because I was out of propane. Like I made taco meat in our big, like we got a big, like,
Le Crush it.
yeah, lake. Is that how you say it?
I just made
Le Crush it. I got it Googled. I can find out how to pronounce it. We'll figure that out later. But like I made, Justine was like, you cannot do that in the house anymore.
right.
Like
Well, you
I-
get so used to not having it.
Yeah, like this whole house, like my clothes that I wore to work smell like taco meat. Like if you can't do that anymore.
Well, some of that's not having central air to move air.
Well, or a vent fan.
Yeah, that too. I mean, it makes sense.
Anyway, I just
No way, dude. Like I love everything about cast iron.
So
like
did you really just buy a soup kettle?
if we didn't, we're going to need to think about it.
It's down.
Or maybe
like
I'll go half with it. Maybe we can go half with it. Not
she'd
do
probably
it.
be okay with that.
Maybe we'll go thirds and not include the Dutchman.
Dutchmen have I was just getting ready to say we've got money.
on it.
Because I would use it once a year. I'd want to have a shindig where I could
Oh
just go
God,
in and
dude!
make a
Soup
big.
parties are a blast. We could have them.
We've done it here a couple times. Borrowed pots, like almost like freezer clean out.
Yeah,
like it's a
yeah, dude.
beef or like a vegetable meat medley stew
Here,
almost.
we've
Interesting.
talked about this before, but I'm not gonna. Never mind. We're gonna move on. But yeah, dude, I'm all in on.
Wait, do we need to talk about it off air?
Well, yeah, maybe. Or we can figure it out next month, and I'll use it as one of my weekly recipes.
Oh,
It's just one that you don't ever hear about anymore.
You think if
Italian wedding soup.
No way.
Dave, you're gonna hate that.
I love everything cast iron. I'm all in on it, and yeah, dude. I mean, from the Dutch ovens to the skillets to the big ass like gumbo pots, like all that shit, dude. I'm all in.
Fry you some chicken in a big old
goddamn,
cast iron
dude.
fryer.
If you get a big ass cast iron fryer pot, and you go to either Mi País or you go to Mi País is a local Hispanic grocery store, by the way, just for those who don't know. Or you go to More for Less, or go over and see our boys over at Merkley's and get you a tub of pure, unpasteurized, filtered lard, and put that whole tub in that bucket and get that lard hot, and then go over and get you some fryer quarters.
Oh,
Bread them bitches up and fry that stuff. And I'll bet you $1,000 that you have never eaten fried chicken as good as that.
yeah, solid.
It's good. I'm all in.
Solid.
All right, bud. It's time. Here
It's time. Here we go. It is the Merkley and Sons Choice Cuts questions of the week for the fellas, sponsored by Merkley and Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts. Smoke Daddy, we need to stage an intervention. Our buddies at Merkley and Sons keep giving away the dang farm each week with their specials. Posted on their Facebook page and routinely shared by us, each Sunday, there's like 2 pages of specials. 2 pages.
Christmas every week.
The week of August 20th, it was seasoned patties, pit ham, and boneless pork loin roast. The week of the 27th, beer garden bratwurst, skinless hot dogs, round ham, and fajita-flavored chicken breast strips. We saw the return of the beef and pork bundles posted on August 28th. How can you make any money if you're giving it away? I just don't understand it.
It's crazy.
Listen, we think the boys are making a mistake by giving away their products at such a discount. But, Mace's big butt here.
Here we
Who
go.
are we to stop them from sharing their delicious products with all of you?
that's right.
Who are we to keep Merkley and Sons from these people?
We're not going to tell them. We're not in the market to tell them what to do.
Exactly. Follow them on Facebook and check them out. Their sales ad is great every week. And I mean, you could look at it. Like, I'll grab my phone right now and I'll just look it up, and you can see what they've got this week. You want me to do it, Mace?
I mean, you can.
I mean, we got a second here. It's amazing because Merkley and Sons is right there at the top. Let's see what it is for this week. Ground beef.
Believe they got brats on there.
They got deli specials: pepper bologna, German bologna, garlic bologna,
God.
heat and serve brats. Our
Those
favorite,
are
the
the
Philly
best.
cheesesteak.
Yep.
1 pound package, 6 links, $4.50 each.
They
We've
put
got pork chops.
They put the hot cheddar Polish on them heat and serves too.
Pork ribeye cutlets. They're ground beef.
Cheese.
They've got 5 pound package of American cheese for $15.
Can't beat it, dude. That's insane.
And then bulk pork sausage. Do these guys,
What are they doing?
do they need some help?
No, they're just trying to be the best cotton picking meat place in the freaking state.
My
That's
goodness. So, we appreciate Merkley and Sons. Going to go through a few questions here. Our buddy Fuzz Tobin over in St. Henry.
Oh,
Hey.
fuzzy.
Oh, Fuzz
Hell
over there in
yeah.
St. Henry. Hello, Dutchman. I want to start off by saying your show is a blast to listen to. I've got some motorsports questions.
Hell yeah.
Pavement
brother.
and dirt. Pavement. Which race is your favorite to watch on TV or attend? And this can be any form of pavement racing.
Oh, man. Thunder Nationals. Yep. Thunder Nationals. Or the NHRA Thunder Nationals.
Yeah.
Anywhere like the old neighbor guy right over here.
Neighbor Doug?
No, neighbor, the Meyer family.
Oh,
Randy,
yeah.
Randy Meyer Racing. All them. The Thunder Nationals up in Indy. But the big one is what old neighbor Doug was telling us about out in Vegas. the big 4-laners. That is I love top fuel dragsters, and I think those are fun. Yeah,
I thought he was talking about the Formula One race. Who was I talking to about that?
it wasn't us.
Oh, Smoke Dragon.
I don't know that I have a favorite. I'll tune into NASCAR every once in a while, and I try to always catch the Indy 500 when it's on. Watch a bit of that.
Yeah,
because it's here in the home state.
I was a big growing up. I was a big Dale Earnhardt fan. Old Papa Frank.
That's right.
I can remember he used to get one of those racing publications, Winston Scene, Winston Cup, but basically it was all NASCAR.
Oh yeah,
Big NASCAR household. I would say that I really enjoy watching them boys at Daytona, Talladega, just eating at about 2:15. Now they ain't none of them like old Dale was. Used to be able to, do some of that. But
praise Dale, praise Dale.
I think I went to Formula One when it was at Indy, and it was the last year they were at Indy, and that's when all of them crashed going into the first turn, and that turned me off Formula One forever.
Yeah,
Like I just can't handle it.
yeah.
So, but I like. There's Tony Stewart. Shout out Indiana. We ought to tag Tony Stewart on this. We'd love to talk to Tony Stewart.
He
But
bought a house down the road from my dad's place.
That's right.
Oh,
We talked about that.
yeah,
before.
we did.
Yeah.
But he does that like SRX, which is kind of.
The sprint cars.
Well, no, he does like SRX was just kind of his racing league, where he'd bring some of these older, different racing type people.
Hey, you want to know something else? It's not just motorsports in general.
Yeah.
The Southern Rock Racing Series. I don't know if you ever heard of that. What did I call it? Southern Rock Racing Series. The SRRS. In collaboration with like White Knuckle Productions and Busted Knuckle Films. You know what a rock bouncer is? You ever heard of a bounty hill? I'll show you that. That shit's freaking wild.
Oh.
And it is nothing but raw horsepower and 4-wheel drives. And that shit is nuts.
But I'll be honest, like if there's not much on or need something for background, Arca, Bush, like I'll throw it on.
Arca, Bush, the truck series.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever's on there. Dirt. What kind of dirt motorsports do you like?
Well, see there.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
My personal all-time is tractor pulling. I've been around it all my life.
Huge tractor.
I will
pull
pick
guy.
it over any form of motorsports.
Yeah.
So on the dirt, where do you like to go?
Well, that's where I was going with that. The Southern Rock Racing shit. Like that would be like number one in my dirt spot. But number two in my dirt spot. That sounds bad, isn't it? When I go number two in my dirt spot, there is still never. Dude, I have so many awesome memories as a kid. Just taking a short little jaunt over there to Gibson County and going to Tri-State Speedway over there in Hopstad, Indiana, and watching the old the World of Outlaws.
Yep.
And the big wing sprints over there. And the minis and all that. And my neighbor used to drive one.
we live right by each other.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
And he's down there at the end of the road and lucky to be alive.
Yeah, he had a bad wreck.
Terrible, terrible accident down there one time. But, dude, them sprint cars,
I asked him about it one time. Not the wreck.
Crazy horsepower.
Yeah.
Driving
900
them,
horse.
driving them some bitches and using them wings to literally hold their asses on the road.
Yeah.
Or on the dirt. Like, that shit's badass. Dude.
Yeah. Smoke Daddy.
Probably mud bogs.
Yeah. Big old mud bogger.
I can see you being a mud bog guy. I'm right there with Big Mace. I love the World Outlaws. We haven't gone over the last couple of years to see them, but I love them. I love watching them. Those guys are great. I prefer those guys over watching like NASCAR because them guys, they don't make a ton of money at it, so you're doing it for the love of it.
Yeah.
And you see them guys dive out into the turn in those slide jobs, and when they do the 4 wide, like it is a blast. I love it.
I think some of the cool things too, like you talk about the more or less like the lower budget racing teams, you get into them minis.
Yeah.
Like the sprint minis.
Yeah.
They're literally just like crotch rocket engines that they put
We need to, next time
we're not
USAC
running minis.
No, next time
Okay.
USAC is down,
Yeah.
we need to go down there
For sure.
And they may. I don't
We
know
actually
when their
have
racing
another. We
season's
have
over.
another. Some friends of the show. Another guy that I used to work with at the mine. Another really cool, Dirt Track. This is a free shout out, and that son of a bitch better give us one too. But Dirt Tracks and Rib Racks podcast featuring my buddy Charlie Tyree. Like, they are all in on all that stuff. I mean, they follow the circuit. They do all that stuff. But
Huge fans.
Yeah.
Love dirt racing.
Oh, yeah.
You know another big dirt racing fan?
Tell me.
Friend of the program, Gene Mattingly.
Oh, really?
Wouldn't guess that.
No way.
But he's big dirt race guy.
That's cool.
I want to go to the Chili Bowl. Chili Bowl is probably the ultimate. That's where they race down in Tulsa, indoors. It's an indoor. They bring dirt in, and they race these quarter midgets, not humans. I want to make that clear. It's the vehicles.
They're on Shetland ponies with little
Yeah.
chariot looking.
But it
What
runs
the hell
all
are
week.
them horse wagons called? The
Run for the oil driller. Oil driller
what the
reward.
hell are they called? They're not chariots. God dang it! We'll figure it
Wagon?
out. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out later.
Hey, big thanks there, Fuzz. Appreciate the questions.
Wagon.
Now, gonna go to some here from Aunt Perry.
Hey.
Aunt Perry sent in a second round of questions. First question, probably if Aunt Perry watches the show or listens to the show, she'd probably know that we're not very strong at this, but give a book recommendation.
Hatchet. I'm all in on it, dude. It's my favorite book.
It's a callback there.
Hatchet, man.
Killing Jesus by Bill O'Reilly.
Wow.
That's what it was called.
Yeah.
I like that.
Really?
book, yeah.
I don't know if I have one. I don't know if I have one that I could share right now. Read the Bible. Good for you.
There you go.
Yeah. At a bar, which follow up with this question, at a bar, most likely to be throwing darts, playing pool, singing karaoke.
Oh God, David. Well, I know what David's is gonna be.
Depends on the bar.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm not gonna throw darts at every bar in the world, but I mean, if there's a pool table, quarter machine, I mean, I'll go shoot a rack with you. But
Yeah,
if I'm
it's-
super drunk and there's really good vibes, I'm gonna sing too.
I feel like more often than not, I'm shooting pool because not too many places I end up at are. Seems like karaoke's always on like a Tuesday or Thursday, and my old ass just don't get to a bar on Tuesday or Thursday.
It's called a sulky.
There you go.
I couldn't think of it.
Yeah,
The horse and buggy, the horse buggy race. It's called
we
a
had
sulky.
one for my sister, for the pony. We had.
Yeah, sulky. Yeah, sorry. What are you gonna do?
Oh,
Casey?
is that it?
Yeah, he's gonna shoot pool and maybe sing.
Is he going to do pool shirtless?
It's happened.
Shit, yeah.
I can't wait till we get back to this winter and maybe sneak down there.
Oh, dude, I might even play basketball.
You know, honestly,
Twice.
I hate to disappoint Aunt Perry, but I ain't doing any of those three because if I'm there, I'm drinking and I'm just socializing.
bullshitting. That's right.
Because I'm not very good at throwing darts. I ain't
Oh,
very
I
good.
suck at pool.
Ain't very good at shooting pool.
I used to
and
play
I
strip,
can't
I used to
sing.
play strip darts all the time.
We don't need to go
and I'd
into that.
wind up naked all the time.
We don't need to go into there. Somebody just threw up their coffee. What gives you goosebumps?
I had a moment the other night, man. I told you guys when I freaking watched my daughter run cross country. Like I was cheering on her and them like in them personal endurance type sports and shit. Like I had such a proud moment that I got all chilled up and watching my daughter run or watching my kids like super succeed when we went up to Warren Central up in Indianapolis and watched my son wrestle in the folk style state championship, and wrestling off for fourth place, granted, but like just watching my kids super succeed, like it just gives me the, like the
Chili Willies?
yeah, dude, either that or like a really spooky ass Exorcist movie. Like those kind of really screw with me too.
Music. I mean, not all music, but music's most likely to do it.
Really? Interesting. I would say it probably has to be along the same lines as like what Big Mace was talking about, but it's more of, and we're getting to that season where it's kind of dusk. You got a nice little fire going. The kids are in bed. You're sitting there with a cocktail, just relaxing, and you take that moment to just be thankful and grateful for everything. And I think that's what like outside in those moments of peace and quiet, gives me. That's what does it for me.
Oh yeah.
Next question: if you went to Holland, the country, what would you like to see?
Somebody actually wearing wooden shoes.
A windmill.
The red light district.
Oh.
Oh no shit, dude.
Yeah, because Amsterdam's in Holland.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, there you go. Not that I like
Brothels and legal pot.
just to see what it's like. Like, hey,
Imagine
that
there's an odor down there that's not pleasant.
Smells like skunks and
little fishy
sex.
and sin. And sin. If someone from Holland, the country, came to Holland, the town, what would you show them? Has Aunt Perry been to Holland?
Smokers Lounge.
I was going to say smokers.
Hell yeah. Smokers Lounge or the park, man. We got a badass park.
Honest to God, if the timing was right and they were coming in where you could schedule it on like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Oh, the Legion.
Or
Yeah.
like one of those nights. We had one where it was like between New Year's and Christmas, and it was one of them
just a banger night. at the
random
Legion.
night down there, and you're just there, and all the people in your community, like the adults in your community, you're hanging out, and you're having a good time. To me, like that's small town Americana, and I think that would be the thing. Like if you could hit on a night where the beer's flowing, everybody's having a good time. And there's not a whole lot of drama down the Legion. People don't stand for it.
No, hell no.
You know, it's just that's what I'd want to show them because there ain't much there. So, Aunt Perry, thank you. Fuzz, thank you.
Hell yeah,
we got
brother.
your guys' questions. We appreciate you listening and sending in questions. I think that's the second time Aunt Perry
Yeah.
got the nod. So we
Right.
appreciate
We need that. We need those reoccurring questions. Keep
All the
them
way
coming.
from Washington State.
That's right.
That's what I was trying to think of where she was at.
That's right. That's crazy.
Well, Aunt Perry, shout out there to the West Coast.
Yeah, so she actually can tune in on Thursday night, I guess, huh?
yeah.
I guess that would be true.
Was that Pacific Mountain
3
time?
hours? So
So 11
take
o'clock on
11
Thursday
o'clock our
night.
time.
Here's a long ass time.
no, Aunt Perry could be the first listener of the show.
Yeah.
Well, it is wild when you wake up at 5:30 and there's already been like,
A whole day happened.
yeah, pretty nutty.
That'd be the tough thing about living like in Hawaii. Just, it's just weird. Mowing season is still here. Just cutting grass the other day. Just can't seem to get rid of it. Just when you think it's dry enough where the grass won't grow, we get a little splash of rain. But mowing season is almost over. And Big Mace, it's time to start planning our fall.
That's right.
Whether you're looking for a late mowing season equipment improvement, buying a side-by-side to help with your fall choring and cleanup, or you want to add some equipment for your Kubota tractor, our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power have it.
They got it.
We're at the Last Pass, and the Last Pass has been proudly sponsored by Hopf Outdoor Power for quite some time, and we love sending wanderers their way. I believe we've been responsible for some sales over there. I really think we have. Like, I think, advertising here works. You hear it. Regardless, now is the time to start planning your fall and your fall outdoor equipment needs, because guess what's behind fall, Smoke?
Winter.
Yep. But, unfortunately, Smoke, I don't think Hopf Outdoor Power sells flannel shirts. But maybe soon. Maybe soon.
Maybe soon.
Big Mace, what you got?
So if you're listening to this, like David said, and Casey said earlier, it's September the 15th.
My birthday.
It's Friday. It's David's birthday.
Happy birthday. Let's sing it for him.
No.
Please, can we sing happy birthday? to Big-
Happy
birthday to you.
Shucks.
Happy birthday to you.
You guys are great.
Happy birthday, dear David Allen Smoker. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Did that give you goosebumps?
Yeah, no.
I bet he felt that right in the crotch. All right, go ahead.
But anyway, the Last Pass, I mean, everybody knows that our barbecue competition is going to be an absolute banger. But I'm going to talk about another event. I'm going to talk about the Holland Legion Post 343. Legion Riders are hosting a poker run Sunday, September 24th, 2023. Registration 9 to 10:45. Kickstands up at 11. $15 per person. Must be 21 for the poker hand. And you must be present to win. First place is $400.
I mean, it's not the 1,000 we're giving out for a barbecue competition, but
Well, it all has to
It's
go
for
to
the kids
cause.
here.
That's
See,
for the kids,
it begins
true.
at the Eagles at 7080 6th Street, Huntingburg, Indiana. Biscuits and gravy and sandwiches will be available for breakfast, and it will end up down there at our beloved, beautiful hole-in-the-wall spot that we like to call home, the Holland American Legion, 508 West Main in Huntingburg. And you know what? All vehicles are welcome. Jeeps, trucks, hot rods, whatever you got. It's toys for the tots, kids, boys, girls. Hook them up.
That's right.
Mental health is important. If you need help, give somebody a call. Smoke Dragon, what you got?
I'm trying to figure out why I'm fighting a cold again for the second time in a month. That's kind of had me down today.
well, the first time was probably COVID. This time might be real.
COVID 24.
Okay, well that would make sense.
COVID 2034. COVID 2087.
Gotcha.
Whatever.
But no, looking forward to a real busy fall coming up. We've got this weekend, as you're hearing this, Holland Fest and the barbecue competition. Going home in October, first weekend for my grandma's 90th. See Aunt Perry there, I think.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Hi, Aunt Perry.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys will be hanging out with good friend of the show, Dustin, at Corn Ferry that weekend, I believe.
Yeah, we got to talk to that rascal. Get him on up here.
Then our top secret potential end of October soiree, November early
Yeah.
birthday party. We got to go to that crap hole in Florida, apparently somewhere in the middle
30
there.
some days from now.
Can't wait.
Getting busy,
Yeah, dude.
but still.
You gonna wear that shirt on the beach
Shit,
damn
yes.
right.
with no shorts?
But you know
Well,
what?
I mean, like where? Like
No, on
pull
the
your-
balcony for coffee in the morning. We're going to get up real early.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the top one, yeah, so no britches on or something.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait, man. We're going to.
He's on the top balcony. You're on the bottom balcony.
Yeah.
How'd that work?
Well,
out?
either way.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I want you guys to just be happy.
We'll figure it out.
But
Stay
you
out of
know,
our
We might as
house,
well
too.
sleep in the same bed.
yeah,
Who knows?
it's happened before. You know what? But you know, with all this busy stuff, what hasn't even crossed my mind? Not being able to get one of these shows in.
I know.
Just make it happen.
We do it, man.
Because you guys keep making it happen and a point to listen.
That's right.
So like, share, subscribe, tell your friends.
You got to subscribe on YouTube. We got to have you. You got to subscribe on Apple iTunes. You got to subscribe on.
If we could get all our Facebook
Spotify's-
followers to be YouTube followers,
Yeah, dude. We'll
that'd
be
a
golden.
big push.
And if you go give us a rate and review on Apple, like that's the thing. If we're gonna do this damn thing,
They would have died.
we might as well just do the damn thing right, you know? So yeah.
Yeah.
Not to hijack you, but
No, you're
go
fine.
ahead.
You're fine.
Casey, what you got, big dog?
Well, you know, I don't have much. Shit, I don't have much. I really don't. I mean, it's been a blast. We've
Wow.
been having fun at it. I feel like there's kind of some good energy feng shui with some of our fall things coming up.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think we're on the cusp of really something catching fire and going. But having a blast hanging out with you guys.
Love you too.
You know, we just busy into the soccer season and everything else, but we're getting to my favorite time of the year.
Oh God, dude.
And I think this weekend it might
Fire sitting,
this weekend there might be a fire out on the hill
shorts, weather,
because
hooded sweatshirt,
I think it's supposed to be pretty nice.
insulated socks.
So, but
Crocs.
come out and see us if you're listening to this right now on the
Yeah.
15th.
Come say hello.
Come out and see us this weekend. We want to see you. We want to shake your hand. We want to thank you for listening. We want to thank you for being a fan. And most of all, we want to give $1,000 away to somebody that makes the best barbecue
That's right.
at our backyard barbecue
That's right.
competition. So, with that being said,
We'll see you later.
Dutchman
Dutchman out.